Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid has announced today that he will not be seeking re-election in 2016, thereby vacating a Senate seat that he's held since 1986 and a spot in the leadership that he won in 2005, taking over for Tom Daschle. Now, obviously, this is going to mean sort of a rejiggering of the Democratic leadership. It might mean something possibly for Chuck Schumer, which we'll get to, maybe for Elizabeth Warren, fingers crossed, but probably not. But first, let's roll the quite damaged Harry Reid making the announcement online.
These bruises I have on my face, on my eye, are an inconvenience, but trust me, they're nothing compared to some of the bruises I got when I was fighting in the ring. But this accident has caused us, for the first time, to have a little downtime. I have had time to ponder and to think. We've got to be more concerned about the country, the Senate, the state of Nevada, than us. And as a result of that, I'm not going to run for re-election. My friend Senator McConnell, don't be too elated. I'm going to be here for 22 months, and you know what I'm going to be doing? The same thing I've done since I first came to the Senate. We have to make sure that the Democrats take control of the Senate again. And I feel it is inappropriate for me to soak up all those resources on me when I could be devoting those resources to the caucus, and that's what I intend to do. The decision that I've made has absolutely nothing to do with my injury. It has nothing to do with my being minority leader. And it certainly has nothing to do with my ability to be reelected, because the path to reelection is much easier than it probably has been any time that I've run for reelection.
Okay, so fascinating. I think that he just got tired. So I don't think that. I don't think that it has a larger political meaning. Might he go and take some money to work on K Street and live the rest of his life incredibly wealthy and pass some money on to his kids and grandkids? Maybe, right? That's usually what politicians do, and he was a powerful politician. But it's a rare case where I largely agree and believe the politician when he says, I don't know, man, I fell down in this thing, and this accident he had at home, and me and my wife were sitting around going like, what are we doing? Like, I'm like 98 years old. I got like 2 years left. Let's go have some fun, right? Yeah. What are we still in this? And so in a political sense, does it matter that he's the minority leader? Did that help him decide to lead?
Probably.
Of course. If he'd been the majority leader, he'd be much less likely to leave. Yeah. He's got very little power left as the minority leader, and he served a nice decade as majority leader. And,
long time.
And leader overall for the Senate, Democrats. Yep.
Yeah, let the man rest. I mean, he fell off that bike something like 3 years ago, and the bruises are still there. He's an old man. Let him rest. So I feel a little bit bad for him, but I do want to criticize one thing that he said there. Maybe you can educate me, because the point that he made, I don't understand or agree with at all. He says there, we have all of these other elections, senatorial elections throughout the country that we need to put our resources towards, and so it would be greedy of me to take those resources when they could be going elsewhere. But you've won re-election multiple times. You have near 100% name recognition in your state. It's clearly going to be cheaper to get you re-elected than whoever is going to be running against you. Yeah, it's going to require way more funding to get name recognition and all that.
He even contradicted himself at the end by saying, don't get me wrong, I could win re-election very easily.
Then why would it cost so much?
Okay, so now the one thing he's right about is that since it's Harry Reid, the Republicans would have spent a ton of money trying to take him down, as they have in the past. Democrats don't like they shy away from big fights. They're like, if that guy's likely to win, let's not waste our resource there. Republicans view it the other way. Like, he's their leader, let's spend all of our time and energy taking him down.
Like Daschle.
Right, and like Daschle, they got Daschle.
Yeah.
And so that was a big win for them. Shenanigans, who, even though she was a lunatic, almost beat Harry Reid. And so they would have come guns blazing after Harry Reid. And then he would have had, since he's the leader, he would have had the ability to put in a lot more money on his campaign than other campaigns. But nonetheless, there really wasn't much of a challenger at this point. He probably would have won re-election easily, like you said. And the new guy is they're gonna have to spend a lot of money to try to get name recognition and all that stuff.
We don't even know that person's name.
Yeah.
See, that's how bad it is.
Right.
Now the question obviously follows, who will take his spot as minority leader? Now he had said in a radio interview, he said, I think Schumer should be able to succeed me. So apparently not a fan. So passing over Dick Durbin, possibly Schumer in there, and you've got an anonymous Democratic Senate aide saying Schumer is clearly the front runner. He's just positioned himself that way both publicly and privately. He's worked very hard to earn the loyalty of the caucus, certainly in a way that Durbin just hasn't. Durbin's been cheating on them constantly.
So this is already pretty much over unless there is something completely unexpected. Okay. Durbin has now signaled, I'm out, and he's going to let Schumer take it. Now, when they say, you got to understand the code words of politics. When they say Schumer has been really helpful to the other Democratic senators, what they mean is he's gotten them a lot of money.
Yes.
And the way, how has Schumer gotten them a lot of money? Through Wall Street and on the other lobbyists. Schumer's their best friend on the Democratic side. So he's money in politics on the Democratic side. I mean, he is patient zero, right? Yeah. He takes the money. He's super friendly to the lobbyists and the special interests. He doles it out to the Senate Democrats. The other Senate Democrats owe him. He becomes their leader. And this is how we get leadership that is totally indebted to the special interests, because that's how the system is built.
Yeah. We should change that.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I heard Jimmy grumbling when they said Schumer. I mean,
why not put Larry Summers in charge of the fucking... Are you kidding me? Chuck Schumer's going to be... I mean, that's exactly what you said. He's completely in the pocket of Wall Street. And now, and that's the biggest problem right now in our economy. Still, that we have saved Wall Street. We've saved corporate America. Wall Street is booming bigger than ever, right? Except the 50% of all wage earners in America earn less than $30,000, right? We have the biggest income disparity since the Gilded Age. So that's the problem, and Chuck Schumer is the opposite of the antidote for that.